and he will not ask you on the next day to give me the complete solution, because things will not work like that. If you are starting with a project or if you are working on a project, so the first thing that will happen is either you will be provided with a documentation or you will be provided with specific details on how to work on a project. And if you clearly understand, we completely know what is the life cycle of the project, and we completely know when the project will start and when things will be added up and when things will be closed, and what is the production's life cycle and how can we manage or maintain. So the only thing that you need to see is first understand how and what is your exact requirement of this project, or even in the interview. So yesterday there was a question that came to me. I'll also show you the question. That's fine to show. Since you have the test, okay, so this is the test. Let me just share my screen. Can you see the screen?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so this is the requirement that came in, and I cannot share my email, but I will try to open this one. It's the control V. So this is the internet, sorry, this is one of the interview questions, like this came as a system test. Okay, can you see the screen? Yes,
Yes.
no. Okay. So this is the data that's generated, and this is one of the report. So initially, when this question came to me, I just went ahead and started. So what I thought was, okay, since there are two tables, all I need is I just need to add tables based on this ID, and I need to paste these details in here. So that's what I thought, and I worked for around 1 hour, where this is not exactly the requirement. So the requirement is very simple. So if you see here, we have application IDs, right? And here also we have application IDs. So this is my data sheet and this is my report sheet. So the report sheet is correct. The owner names are correct. Now in data sheet or in this CMD data sheet, these values are wrong. For example, these are like something like jumbled like this. Okay. 1, 2. Okay. So after clearly understanding the requirement was simple. Based on this application ID, you need to match this application ID and you need to see the owner name. If it is the same owner, like 41234 and 41234 has the same name, or if it is having the same name, then leave it. If it is not having the same name, then from report, it should go into this one, CMD database. Okay, so this is such a simple thing, and without understanding or without understanding the requirement, I just worked on multiple things that which is not correct. And the other thing is, if you see here, this is D5 and D5. So you cannot have the same header or you cannot have the same header name in the complete table. I also struggled with this one. So if you are in my place, then how can you solve this one? Though I have solved it, but how will you solve it? Your time starts now and you work as groups or whatever you want to do it. I am going to share these both sheets with you. All I need is this data should be compared with this information. I need not as so one other thing that I have checked is should I compare D1, D2, D3 data as well? That's not required. All I just need is application ID should be matched, and if the details are wrong, just replace it. That's it. So
Should
this is the
are
yeah,
we going
go
to
on.
delete this extra D5?
No. So this can be a question asked in an interview, like, okay, can I delete the report? So if the interviewer accepts, yeah, you can delete, then go ahead and delete, no problem. I'm going to show the solution, but I'm going to give you the documents. So if you're starting or if you are listening from mobile, I'm sorry, but I have clearly mentioned each and every session of mine should be taken up from laptop with UiPath Studio. You will never be sure what will come in your place. Message extensions. I wish I can post it. Why am I not able to post? Can't I just add a document? Manage extensions, people. Okay, I will do it in vTransfer or I'll just give you these two items. So go ahead. Okay, even this is not working. There should be somewhere I can give to you. Yeah, let's try here. Okay, so I'll just give you the link. Sure. Yeah, add file, load files, or let me just let's see if there is anything else. I'll just give you the URL then. Upload it in sample resumes. Upload files. Yeah, so here you go. Data changes. So this is at my place. What's wrong? This data, sample resumes. So this is one and the main report. Yeah. So you can hit on download and you can download this file. This is one. I'm just pasting in the chat. This is the second one. Download both the files. If this is the task given to you, what will you do? How many of you have downloaded? Just raise the hand. So Shank, it's done. Okay.
Um, yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not like it's not showing me any document in the chat actually. Uh,
So I can.
yeah, yes, Sai Kiran.
Why is it not showing any doc for you? You can. So Soumya says we can use VLOOKUP. Give me a solution, Soumya. Don't say no it entered. Saikiran, are you not able to see the chat?
Yeah, I'm able to see the chat, and the last message is Srikant message that's posted.
Yeah, I think you need to refresh the page. Just refresh.
Okay.
What about others? Others are you able to get the chat currently?
Devendra here. Actually, I can't see chat also.
Because you're a guest, Devinder.
So do I need to
And why
leave
not
and
so?
then rejoin?
You already paid, right? Then why are you
Yes,
joining without logging in into the Teams?
I don't know. I just refreshed now and then I joined. I
No,
already
the
logged
thing
in on Teams.
you already logged in into Teams.
Yeah.
Let me just ping you in Teams.
Same for me, Vajrang. For me also it is
See,
showing as you can't send messages.
yeah, see, one of the reason is here on the top, you need to select Vajrang as the organization, not your personal item. So if you're logging in into only into personal, then you cannot
Uh,
send. You need to log into
no,
Vajrang.
as for the we have logged in. I mean, I have logged in for the Vajrang organization itself,
Okay,
and through Teams desktop itself, I have joined the team. Meeting.
okay. So what's your name? Let me just add you.
Priyanka.
Priyanka, this one.
Yep.
Make an attendee. Can you see now?
Vajrang, I also joined with Vajrang organization. I'm not able to see. Kishan Dijit.
Seshank? Yeah, you are into external domain, buddy. You are logging in from, you did not log in into Vajrang. Is here, can you see? This is external. I'll make
But
you
I'm still able to see this one string.
yeah, we'll check that later. We'll see with the accesses later.
Yeah.
But if you want to get these details, just go into these two. Go to RP developer. Just search for Vajrang RP developer. Vajrang sample resumes. There you can download. No need for the chat even. Just download these two domain report and CMD ITCAC report. This is the path. Search for Vajrang B in GitHub. RP developer in 30 days. Vajrang sample resumes.
Hi Vajrang, Kishan here. Yeah, I am also facing the issue like not a member, like that issue is coming. When I also joined with the same organization.
Yeah, from tomorrow we'll be connecting in July team, right, Kishan? So you'll
Okay,
not have issue.
sure. Okay,
We'll have a separate meeting ID from tomorrow.
okay.
So we have an answer called VLOOKUP. So other than VLOOKUP, do we have anything else?
Yeah,
Yep, tell me.
yeah, Vajra, Srikanth.
Yes, Srikanth, tell me.
Can we use Excel as a database approach? Directly we can.
Uh, See, when the solutions are very simple, you don't take it too complex. Think very in a simple manner. If you are using Excel as a database, then you need to create an Excel object and you need to add it, invoke the methods. All those are not required. It's very simple activity.
comparing two data tables here. How is fine?
First issue that you need to resolve is you're not comparing two data tables, you are comparing only two application IDs. From one application ID, you are searching that application ID in
I mean
another
column
table.
from the data tables, two data tables, like
Yes,
EMP ID
correct.
dot is equal to
Correct.
EMP ID. And
Yes,
then
yes,
replace the column where you need to change, like if the
correct,
name is same, you
correct.
just keep null, don't change it, blank.
Yes,
If not, replace with the name you want.
that's right. How to do that?
I just have a vague idea, Vajrang.
Your idea is correct, but how to do that? See, the more you speak, the more solutions you can get. If you are silent, you cannot get anything.
Um, yeah, take the data Excel into a data table, sort it with sort it with ID.
Why do you need to sort it? Tell me one thing.
Um,
Did the interview ask you to sort it?
yeah. The reason being, what I'm trying to do is I need to take both data tables. One is for data and one is for report. When I sort them with the ID, so that both will come in the same line. I mean that the first ID in both the data tables will be the same.
Wrong. The data on the second table can be at any place.
Oh,
That may or may not be available.
oh, okay.
Come on, speak. We still have 15 minutes more to discuss.
So Vajrang, even in UiPath, can we do is like in the native coding we do. So if we get two tables, we convert this to JSON data and making array of objects comparing two arrays.
See, you're making it too complex. This is a file and code or 5 activity
Okay.
code in UiPath.
Okay. That's why I was getting confused, but in this.
See, you need to see everyone can write complex code. Only someone who is an expert can write a simple code. Think
Yeah.
simple.
We can have two loops, one outer and in inner loop, and
Why do
loop
you need two loops?
from one seed to other seeds that we should compare
But
one set's
instead of,
application ID to others.
but the complexity will be higher, right? Like if there are 1,000 rows on first table and if there are 500 rows in second table, then every row 1,000 power 500 or 1,000 times 500. It's 5 lakh times you need to iterate. How much time
So we
complexity will it take?
can we just make the duplicate of the first file to the second file, like the report?
Why do you need to make a duplicate?
And both will be in the same, correct?
No, see this report is correct. You need not make any changes in this report. Like domain report is perfect. No need to make any changes in it. All I
Okay.
need is this CMDB report should be updated. Nothing else. You don't even touch domain report. The domain report is only to get the information and to
Oh,
find the owner name and to place it over here. Other than that, you're not doing anything. So using two loops is not correct, but you can use one loop. So if I use one loop, how many times will it iterate? Only 12 times. If I
12
use
times.
2 loops, then 12 into
144.
yeah. Maybe this may or may not have 12 or may have more than 12. You cannot say, right?
Yeah.
This one, this is 12, but it may or may not have 12. Ideal case.
Vajrang, actually, so we can do one thing, like we can use one loop, like summary report we have, right? That we are checking with another Excel. We can loop that Excel, and in another Excel we can increment the index value, like 1, 2, like something we can
Till
get, and we can use if condition to check the values are exactly match.
Okay. How will you match this value with this value? So if condition is fine, but what are you matching with?
Mm. Yeah, just consider that you are comparing the report file with the another Excel, right? Okay, just consider. Okay, you have all the values in collection. Okay, somewhere you have the whole value. You are looping the value like automation ID. If you loop the first time, automation ID and owner name will come as a first time, right?
Okay.
In the if condition, you can check automation ID equal to the another file's automation ID. So you can use like position like
But
index value,
see,
A1, A2, something like that.
no, if I take a row of 0
Mm.
of this table, what I'm telling is this will not be at the same index as the previous table.
Okay, okay, okay. Maybe we will get shuffled values. Okay, okay. If that is the case, after getting the value to the collection, we can start the both the collection. Like first collection, we can sort it out,
See,
and
boss,
second
why are
collection
you
we can.
filtering? Okay, so what if I have this one, or maybe I don't have these two values. I don't even have these values. Now how will you do? If I sort it, only first values will be matched. What about the remaining items? Or from here, this may have duplicates. Let's say that these three, I'm having duplicates. Then how will you do? Now,
After reading the Excel file, we can remove duplicates so that we will get
don't remove
the.
duplicates. I don't want to remove
Okay.
duplicates.
Okay.
See, even if you try to remove duplicates, your requirement will not suffice, right? You're telling that if condition I will match, I will take a 0th index and 0th index. If let's assume that 4123 is not even present in this table, then what will you match it with?
Yeah, yeah, right. You're right. I'm just thinking.
Okay, so I'll show you the solution in 2 minutes, and people who are able to complete the same activity by tomorrow, and if they can give me, they will win a cash prize. Simple cash prize from me. I do give cash prizes. Okay, so this is my solution. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
So if you clearly observe, I need not loop domain report because domain report is already static. All the looping that I need to do is the IDMC IT report, this ITSC report. Okay. So this is my solution, and let me show you how many activities does it have. Outline, main, sequence. So how many, on the whole, how many activities does it have?
Just
Three,
three.
three activities. And in for each loop, nothing. In body, I have assign statement and if statement, then else. That's it. So this statement is, the code is only this one. This is just to print out the result, whatever the changes that we have. Okay, let me just quickly show you. I have taken Excel application scope. I haven't used workbook activities because using Excel application scope, I can avoid saving and all that activities, like if the data is going to be same or not, that I can avoid. I just added save changes. Okay, so I just read the report, domain report. Since I just need to read it and keep, I just read it using workbook activity. Now this goes into a data table. Okay, now using application scope for each row in that particular Excel. So when I use for each, what will be looped in? Every row will be looped in. Okay, so if you see, I will loop in through each and every row. But if you observe, application ID and owner name are the only two entities that I require. I will go back and see. I'm getting a domain value. So for this ID, for this particular ID, I'm getting the value from domain report. What is the value that it has? And how am I doing that? I'm doing that using filter activities. So in the interview, they are trying to know whether you can use filter activities or not. 4 ways of filtering data table. So you can use filter activity in UiPath as well. But if you are experienced, then mostly you will go with select query and link queries. Okay, so I used select query. See, this query is also simple. Open advanced editor. In the domain table, I am selecting application ID. That is current row of application ID of 0 of row name. So how this will be matched? So it will go first to this one. It will get this filter and it will go to domain and it will filter out the application ID. So this is not visual representation, but in the coding itself. So what is the owner name that it get? ADI, right? So yes, now I'll get that value. Now in the for loop, in the if loop, current row owner name is equal to domain value. If the current row, so if this IMDb owner name, if this is equal to domain value, and I'm keeping a note, if it is not equal to, then assigning current row of owner name to the domain value, new value. Okay, here I'm adding it to correction so that I can print out the list of changes, nothing else. So I'll just quickly show you the values. So these are the changes that I'll make. So just see, save it, close, and at the end, what am I doing? So I'm just adding a list items and I'm just printing out all the items that are changed. So just see how many items or how many activities did I use? Only one Excel activity, loop that Excel activity, select query and if condition and map it. That's it. Run file. I'll just close this one as this is required. Output. What happened? This did not start it. output. Okay. See Excel opened and closed. And if you see all the changes from here, this one changed to this one, this changed to this. Not sure why both are same, but let's see. Let's quickly check. CMDB report. Okay, again, they got mapped to the same things. Okay, so I think I just need to add, I got it. So what exactly might have happened? Domain value, str domain value, properties. So current row dot string, current row owner name and domain value. So the problem that have happened is this collection should be on the top, because after changing both will be same, like both will be same, right? But before changing, we just need to add it to collection. So that is the reason it printed out everything. Okay. Okay, let's just add it and see. Maybe things now will be correct. Run file. But did you get what we are trying to do and how easy is it? So if you just try to understand or work on multiple activities, actually, if you have completed, I have asked teams, June team to complete ACME certifications. If you have completed that, then you would have got this answer. How to solve this one? Text execution ended. Okay, let's see with the result. This should be mapped. Okay. Let's add domain report. Filter select. Okay. Okay. So 41234. 41234. Adi. And 31231. 31231 is Ram. And this got updated to Ram. Let's see the last one. 37897 from here. Hina. And this got updated to Hina. Okay. So take this activity and complete it by tomorrow and give it to me. Okay. So this will be the last session for June team, but this is your activity to complete and give it to me. And for July team, you will be getting new link from tomorrow to join. Is that okay? Did you understand the requirement now, or is it still confusing?
So I have a question.
Hmm.
So basically, if this application ID, as you have removed a few of them and you pasted them in sheet 2. So in case if a particular application ID is not found, then
Yeah,
will
it will not change, right? There is no application ID to change. In the report, if there is report ID, then go ahead and paste. If there is no value, then why are you doing? Why do you want to change?
Okay.
Okay. So stopping
Yeah.
the recording. Yeah, Saikiran, tell me.
Yeah. Can we use VLOOKUP also?
Yeah. Yes, you can if you have. But if you are using VLOOKUP, the problem with VLOOKUP is that will be filtered in the Excel directly. It will not be filtered in the memory.
Yeah. Okay. I understand that. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
again, filter will happen in VLOOKUP and it will come back, but you need to replace the items. So you need to write more code for it.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Right. You are correct. Yeah.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, Krishna. Kishan, tell me.
There was some internal question not related to this.
Yeah, no problem. Tell me. I'm
Actually, I
stopping
have
the
given.
recording, by the way.
Okay.
Yes.